We have about 3 games to watch, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So I have 4 games on my watch list. I'm not gonna review this this time. It's kind of been chewed to death already. But I'm gonna go over these 3 games. And the thing that's different from usual is I haven't seen these games before. So, oh, whoops. I'm also downloading the Destiny open beta, as you guys can see. But yeah, let's go. Like the usual. Oh shit, that was really fast. Like the usual. Just I'll explain how we do this. I'll go over these couple of games. I'll pause and rewind when I see some shit I want to talk about. Mainly to practice whatever I want, whatever the analysis pieces are, and how to look at gigantic games and stuff. If you're in chat and you have a question, if you have a correction of something I say, feel free. This is why I'm doing it in a live stream, right? So I can engage with my audience and answer questions and shit. I have this thing up here which is called Epic Pen. It's a really useful tool for this kind of stuff. I will use this to draw on the map and on the minimap and other shit to clarify some of my points. So if everyone's ready, let's get right into the team composition of this first game, which was, I believe, last Sunday. This first game is on Seidenstand. It is actually game 4 of like the 6 we played. But let's go over the team compositions first. So I have MaD at the left side. So you see here. Oh, whoops. That's the eraser. You see like over here, and over this side I have stuff drawn so you can see whichever team we're looking at. But MaD's team composition, like both teams are running somewhat ordinary team comps. Especially like this part of AR's team composition is like super fucking meta. It's like nothing wrong with it. Super standard, like especially like the Uncle Sven, Margrave, 1 range DPS, and then an assassin basically, and Taido or Trip. Trip could have been in a Trip or a Wu basically could have been in a substitute for that, but then you'll have to play the game slightly different. Taido's better at I always call Taido the mosquito hero because that's kind of what he does. He kind of just runs around people and is annoying, and really goes in for the executes. While Trip also can be used to, in comparison, Trip can also be used to set up kills with her kick. Trip really synergizes well with other CC and things like Amani and shit. So Trip really works well in like pick composition. Taito is better at actually finishing off the kills once they're already low. Like Taito's not really good at doing consistent damage. Like Trip is he's just slightly weaker in that point. Like the interesting part about the Absolute Rising composition to the right here is the Amani. Amani is not really a common pick on Seidenstand, but I believe this guy's like an Amani main. I think I like this more. I was trying the marker, the highlighter, but we'll see how that turns out. Let's make it like slightly thinner. Alright, we'll see. It's probably much better to use orange, since this is a blue map. Or yellow or something. But yeah, the Amani is not really common on Seidenstand at all, as her sidelines are kind of limited on this map. She doesn't have a lot of good points to sit, and you really have to push up far to get something done with your team. Like we will see a couple of probably a couple of times where Amani has to sit all the way back and can't really contribute. But we'll see about that, how this Amani plays. Maybe this Amani is like super fucking aggressive. I don't really know. I know this guy's like an Amani main. Whoops, that's Discord. Let's actually move that to my other screen so I don't leak shit accidentally. You never know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll look at that Amani specifically, because the rest of the team composition is quite standard. So this Amani is what interests me most. The massive damage team composition is also pretty standard. So Charnock Beckett as like the main range line. The main range heroes on this map is pretty standard. Normally you don't see, or you don't really need the really long range when compared to Sanctum Falls of like the Amani or HK. Even though HK is still really fucking good on this map. So you can get away with running more like mid range damage heroes like Beckett and Charnock. Also because these heroes have quite a bit of AoE that they gain in terms of like instead of having long range, have more AoE, which is really good in like Siren's choke points. They have VoD Gnosis, pretty good as well. Gnosis kind of needs, really needs that support to kind of babysit him and help him out. So he needs either a Sven or like a pocket VoD, which really boosts him up most of the time. So it's good to note that MaD does not have a super jump and Absolute Rising does. So that's kind of interesting to note. So Absolute Rising kind of has a rotational advantage in this case. Let's see if there's anything else. MaD also running the Tido. We talked about that. And yeah, so I guess we'll just get into the game and see how it turns out. While I drink my poison. So yeah, it's kind of what we see. So massive damage kind of coined this, maybe not really. But what you'll see them do is they'll rush D like immediately and send one guy to summon their creature. So what this does is you immediately gain control of the middle point. If you're the fastest team here, which is what MaD is, like I think, as it looks right now, AR is probably doing the same thing as they just summoned A, like comparable times with G. So MaD just got here like faster compared to the rest of AR, and we'll see like VoD summon. So they went AC, A and C. I'm not sure who's summoning. It's probably Tido from AR side, but VoD summoning from massive damage. I'm not sure if that's the right call to send VoD to do it, because VoD is one, not really mobile, and she can help in this poke situation, so it'll probably be best just to send Tido in this case, but MaD gains control of D real fast. And this is another interesting thing. I think that's one of the most important skill differentials of Gigantic, which is what an important point is going to be of the skill of a team, is when not to summon creatures. I think that's the point where people can learn a lot, and that can be used more. I know that Apex did it a while back, but like when not to summon creatures is kind of a thing that people can learn. So MaD's basically just waiting to react to what Absolute Rising is doing at the moment. And when they see like, hey, they're not really doing much, we're just gonna summon E. And so maybe they rotate over to middle now, so we see some things going down. And yeah, AR was indeed like looking at middle, like holding that point to see if they could possibly get into E. So kind of skirmish breaks out, but really too much. See Arada going in, so Arada is kind of going pretty deep, taking a lot of damage there. I actually got a kill on the Charnaga. That's pretty decent. How'd that happen? Is Charnaga like moved up so far? I think Charnaga moved up quite far. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, he was pretty overextended. Yeah, he was way too far up. So yeah, it just takes a lot of damage, and then Tido just finishes it off. As we talked about in the loading screen, like Tido just is there to finish off kills, mostly, and to like put pressure on side points. Like Tido is the quintessential assassin in this game. Well, Trip has some other duties and roles, but Tido's almost exclusively to just finish off stuff. So yeah, this Amani, like these sidelines are kind of okay as long as MaD doesn't stand in them. So this guy Arada goes for A now, just to put some pressure. Like what I don't really agree with is Tido being here on this point alone, while the rest of the team is not really doing anything. So what this does is basically just allow AR to respond to this freely. They don't have to make a choice. So what I would do as AR right now would probably just like send one or two people to go chase down Arade while holding middle. to just prevent MaD from doing stuff. So yeah, so they try to push into what's that E? They push into E instead, but then they get collapsed on. It kind of does not really give them anything. It doesn't give MaD anything either. But I think this could have like turned out really bad for AR in this case. So yeah, they just rotate over to E. Like this is what I meant about the Mani just having to push up really aggressively to do stuff. That's when you kind of get caught out of position and like dealt a lot of damage. So Mani's out of the fight now, so Rexter should be turning around and like not doing anything with the Mani again. That's good. And then Arado comes from behind and tries to finish off the kills. It doesn't really like they just get away with super jump. It's kind of unfortunate. I guess this could have turned out so bad for AR. Because in this situation, the way you can't use the Imani in this sense, so you lack range damage. So she just walks all the way up and just doesn't really do anything this fight. She can only do something if MaD pushes in through this choke point when she like stands up here, which she's gonna do, and she'll get like a couple of shots off. Oh, whoopsie. She get like a couple of shots off, but it's kind of it. That's when Massive Damage is already chasing. But yeah, Killboy and Genko kind of just get away with the super jump. Huh, all right. So yeah, the creature, Massive Damage creature is fine. Didn't really have to do anything about that, but they forced off the push. But it could have gone really bad. So now MaD's just sitting on D as their orb is coming up. Just have to protect that. Hold middles, like spot rotations. Some pretty basic stuff. So now you're gonna try and like siege again. Just to prevent as much shield as possible. So again, like Arado's kind of acting on his own. Like I'm really not sure what to think about that. I just think you should always have pressure on 2 points when you send your assassin to do something like that. Otherwise, it's just like baiting people around. Like I'm not listening to comms right now, but if it's really to just bait people off of D, then it's all right, I guess. But if you really want to accomplish anything, you have to actually put pressure on 2 points. So yeah, now AR is kind of like this D push is weird. Like, if you want to try and siege a point, like, Amani should probably not be up here in the first place. She should either be over here, or over this side on the cliff. Like, you should not be up here so far, at all. So she just gets focused on. It's not really... It's pretty easy to get an Amani like that, and then they just lose the fight. So... The compositional problem with AR is that you actually want to siege E in this case, right? So with the orb coming up, there's actually no power income from getting D right now. MaD has no power income from D, so why push it? You actually, like, the correct decision, you're desperate anyways. You don't really have anything to lose, like, no way you're gonna fucking... you need a miracle to get this push anyway, so it's just about shield right now. So how do you get the most shield? How do you stall the most? Is by getting E. You stall the orb, you maybe get like a kill, so your orb can pick up, so you're on like at least 80 shield, at least 80 to 90 shield. So if you trade 1 for 1, let's say you stall the orb enough for your orb to pick up, that happens right now, but you would have like 90 shield at least, and maybe even get 100 if you get like a good fight, and maybe even get MaD low enough to not have them go for wound. But that's what you get with Imani, because Imani is really, as we saw, like in that last engagement, Imani is super bad at pushing up into E, because she doesn't have good sidelines. So now they get wiped after pushing into D. They don't even get a kill in return, I believe. So yeah, this one's just completely free. So this is really good. From MaD, we talked about it in the last videos, is resource allocation. Like, everyone's dead. You only need your damage leaders to go for the wound, and you can get the other team members to go make the creatures low. And then after the wound, you can use your spare time to go pick this up. Like, it takes slightly too long, because AR like respawns right now. They barely get C up. Like, Arado's super low, and they can like chase out Raichu. Oh, this Amani aim is pretty good. Jesus. You just fucking blast Raichu. But yeah, you still get 2 creatures, so you have a lot of map control. You get 20 power. You get like a 10 power lead off a wound. Like, getting a lead off a wound is always good, of course, and it's always like not expected to get a lead off of a wound attempt. So yeah, again, I think it's just rather just being annoying here. We talked about this. I don't think they're actually trying to do much. It's just rather like stealing away attention. So from pings, AR is probably probably pushing into D right now through the high ground there to the left, like over this this part. Like, MaD's just sitting on the lead, pretty much just responding. Like, their Taito, the Cookie, the AR Taito's kind of doing the same things that Rudder's doing right now. But he kind of just gets caught in the middle. But again, this is alright. This is why you actually want to have two things going on at the same time. And I think AR is actually pushing into D, so I agree with that decision. If you can actually win that fight, but it looks like they didn't. They didn't push in hard enough. They could have used that opportunity. So we'll watch this fight and then rewind. Because that definitely looked like an opportunity for AR to do something. So we actually see, let's see. Alright, let's go here. So we see like Cookie over here, like Oni just being a pest. Arado's chasing him, like Taito off. But I think Cookie just takes a lot of damage from Arado here. And just Raichu can just follow him. Like, as soon as this happened, as soon as Cookie sees Raichu coming for him, like, he should make a call, like, hey, there are 2 people here. Go fucking do something. So this is the moment where AR just hard pushes D with 4 people. And, like, it looks like they're doing that, but when, like, all of MaD is in combat here, as you can see from, like, the little exclamation marks. We see them, like, retreat. Like, how do they take this much damage in a 4v3 while not even fighting on the creature? Like, this is just a case of losing a fight. I think the call was good. I think this just lacks execution. Because they definitely could have gotten, like, something out of that. If had they killed the VoD in that sense, in that case, they probably could have just melted the Gnosis and stuff, even before Beckett gets there. So you have, like, yeah, because you get outfighted, yeah. It's just a sense of execution in that sense. But yeah, the idea was good. The idea was good. That's what I figured. Individual skills and coordination. Yeah, I agree. So let's see how this one goes. Let's, like, rewind a little bit. I think AR just gets chased out. There's not really much to say about this. Just get chased out. Kill was in weird position. Alright, he gets up the cliff. Alright, so I think Sven took deflect. Yeah, so I do not agree with the deflect pick in this against this composition. Let me explain why not. So the basic the deflect on Sven, I believe I'll look it up exactly how long it takes. I really need another tab. I'll look it up exactly how it takes. Word. I think it's like 2 or 3. It's like 3 seconds, I believe. Let me just take a second. On initial hit, 2 seconds even. It's only 2 seconds. The deflect on Sven. So I'm like, first off, I'm not really a big fan of that upgrade. It's so short. But then when we look at the composition from massive damage, we have a Charnok who has a lot of AoE damage, which is not bothered by deflect. And 2, he takes quite some time. He has slow particles, and he takes quite some time to actually shoot his fireballs, or to charge up and shoot his fireballs. Beckett also uses rockets a lot in this game. Like Beckett less, of course, than Charnok, but her particles are also pretty slow when she uses like the cannon. So how much are you actually going to deflect when you get the deflect upgrade? How much damage are you actually stopping? Not all that much, I'd say. So how much are you actually contributing when you go Absorption Matrix over the deflect upgrade? Way more, I'd say. Because of the healing is way more valuable. But yeah, 50 shield, wound like massive damage that goes like standard standard approach. Multiple angles, so you don't get blasted like immediately. This is kind of like messy from AR as well. Like Beckett should be the prime target here. I'm not sure why they're focusing on Gnosis. Beckett should die first. Absolutely. This Beckett is one of the best wounding characters in the game. Gnosis is not that good at it. Like, of course, Gnosis is gonna do a lot of damage with the bleeds and shit, but it's much better to take out Beckett. Like, you can pretty much kill Gnosis at any time, but if you leave Beckett unchecked, she's just gonna get out. Let's see. So, AR just does have a 20 power lead now. It's kind of good. 3-man dead of massive damage with the clash transitions. Kind of unfortunate. Clash transition takes a little bit more time to like get through, so you don't have as much time to act. But they immediately go into D, which is good, of course. Like I like how it switched from like massive damage perspective to AR's perspective. MaD is not really doing much wrong outside of the tighter pressure, I'd say. Maybe Clash becomes just, oh Jesus, maybe Clash just becomes a huge mess. All right, so this is like. Ooh. That's kind of a disgusting combo from MaD here. That's Charna focus, Beckett focus, all in the same place. Like, Vuffy doesn't even take that much damage. We'll see what happened there, actually. But yeah, Mani just, like, blasted a focus through, like, a ton of people. So yeah, massive damage kind of all lines up. We can send our VoD next time if you want. Yeah, I could... Like, I could do AR VoDs as well, like, definitely. But, like, I kind of want to focus on MaD's side, but I'm trying to help you guys as well. But yeah, I could do that, like, sometime. Yeah, this is a really weird fight. Like, it's so hard to see. Let's actually slow it down. I actually just slow it down because I have no clue what the fuck's happening. Alright, so AR takes down the creature. Beckett focus. I believe like 3 people get hit by the Margrave jump, but then some people jump down. Trying to focus. Jesus, like Fluffy takes so much damage here. This kind of gets blocked by a bit of deflect. Multiple POVs in one analysis would be cool. That's a fucking mess to do. Yeah, it's so hard. Like, but yeah, I think the most of the damage comes from the Imani focus here. Yeah, Imani just fucking wrecks everyone. They're kind of just held up in the choke, and Imani just blasts everyone. Where the fuck is your Beckett focus? Oh shit! Did you actually overshoot it? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I was wondering because Wolfie does take a bit, like a lot of damage, but huh? That's actually interesting. I think you overshot it. Yeah, because this is the fucking Charnok field. Like, this is so hard to see. Jesus Christ. Oh well. Yeah, this is just a mess. Like, Amani just blasts everyone. They're like, fuck ton of damage. But yeah, it's unfortunate that that Beckett focus missed. That would have been interesting. This is a fucking 60 power lead for AR, Jesus. It's gonna be... Might be 70 soon. This Amani is doing work, though. So yeah, Amani's sidelines are much better in Clash than in pre-Clash on Sirens. As you can see. More open space. But now she's just pushed up too far. But this is just a matter of getting shield for MaD. It's gonna be really difficult to get this push. 70 power deficit. Like, it's possible, but AR would have to throw everything. Alright, I like the obelisk here. I really like the obelisk. Love the Damani. Yeah, Damani's doing well. Like, pre-Clash she wasn't really doing much, but that's also because of like AR's calls and just the rest of the comp. But I really like the obelisk here from AR. That's like a good way to use the obelisk, because basically you have this push secured. Why would you like summon a creature with the risk of getting pushed in and like giving more shield, right? So they just concede the point, like whatever. It's like fucking full shield auto, like classic. Like when you get to Clash, this first one is is like gone immediately. When you have like 50 shield or less. I'm not sure what the actual limit of this is. I think it's probably like 60 or 70. I'm not actually sure. That would be a thing to work out. That would be a thing to work out. That's interesting. Alright, so we're like 80, 90, really? Alright. It's even worse. It's even worse. So again, MaD like initiates a split push without having pressure on the other side. Like they wait till they rotate over. But what I think would be better is to actually initiate the fight on 2 points. So I get this thought. I get this thought process of MaD. Like I get it. So you wanna initiate this as soon as you see them rotate over, you push A. But this way you basically risk your split push. As you can see, like Beckett is gonna get blown up here. Pretty much, he just gets focused down, and the Rider has to run. But this way you do get A with the orb. So like you do accomplish. Actually, like this gives them the space to just return. And even though you get the creature and stop the orb cap, it's kind of iffy. And like I think you could have accomplished more by just pushing in at the same time. Because alright, so you know MaD knows they're better in fights. They can win fights 3v4 basically, or 3v3 with the creature. They can win that. So the thing AR could do is just initiate 5v3. Get as much kills as possible, but then they lose the 20 power either, so it's iffy. But yeah, alright, so they could just come back and like poke it more, I guess. But kind of the same thing happens, right? Like Beckett is just gonna get focused down. Not really doing much. So yeah, exact same thing happens. Like they get A. But this time they don't have the orb. So are they gonna go down? Ooh. Avani missed a shot. Shit. Fuck. I haven't seen that. So MaD now sitting on the ancient obelisk, the upgraded obelisk. And this is good from AR, like pushing this in. As Beckett is dead and like Tide is completely out. 5v5 fights would have been iffy because the money. Like, obviously you wouldn't have like a 5v5 here. Like in no case you would have a 5v5. Because if you're splitting, you have like no 5v5s anywhere. You maybe have like a 5v3. It's a thing. I'd say it's a thing to try out because now they're just fully committed to this push. Beckett's going on this money. Beckett's really good at going on the money, so that's good. It's a good decision. They can definitely go pushes further, and depending on the health bars. Oh, they're kind of low. Oh, alright. Need to get out now. So that was good. Like, eventually it turned out well for them. But yeah, kind of Beckett just got killed twice in a row. I'm not sure. I really have to rewind like really far. Let's not do that for now. Yeah, so they do have a power deficit. They get a kill on Killboy. Dead boy now. And the skill on the money. Alright. So MaD does have like a good position there, but like Beckett is just on her. Alright, let's see how this one's gonna go. Because MaD's, I believe, is still kind of low, so it's gonna be quite difficult to take this, I'd say, with everything up. So Rudder's in first. So that fits on there. So they're still not really focusing down Beckett really well. I guess this is really risky what they're doing. Had Beckett had like focus slightly earlier, she would have gotten the wound there. But eventually she did get wiped. So tip for AR: Beckett needs to die. Like Beckett and Charnock survived for way too long. They're the last guys to die during this wounds. Well, they should be the first. Maybe Vadasi, if you really want. You could argue that killing the Vadasi is somewhat important to just keep them from getting healed up, but I don't think that's the case. I think just Beckett and Charnock should be the first to die. Especially if you have a fucking Margrave. It should be quite easy. Oh shit, Vadasi healed. Yeah, true. I see now. Yeah, still though. Yeah, she gets hit by the jump. But let's see where the rest of the are. So let's fucking slow it down. I want to see like. Oh, whoops. I want to see like the fight now. It's good that you mentioned that. So I missed the velocity beam. I should pay attention to that more. What target? So velocity's on left phase now. Wait. So yeah, they open up. So Margrave's on lead phase. He already used jump on lead phase now, I believe. Focus. Oh jeez, it's high. But this just means that AR's kind of split up. Like Vadasi can't out heal Focus Fire. Yeah, they're just kind of split up on this sense. But oh well. They do get the wipe though. Like it's risky. Like they do defend the wound. I think it could have been cleaner, so to say. That's it. So AR are kind of using their time. What are they doing? That could have been more effective. I'm not sure why E didn't die. Let's see. So they have Grizzler Repair. What's the rest doing? I think like Genko and Voffy were not on the same page as the rest of the team here. Because they were off somewhere else. Both of these creatures should have died. Like, easier. Like, MaD can just chase them out now for a bit. Get at least 1-2 kills in return. Sure, alright. Now MaD can push D. or anything else really. With Sven and Charnock dead. So they opt into pushing the people on C. They do lose Leadface for it. This is where Imani kind of goes slightly uncontested, but as soon as Beckett comes in, like, Imani just dies. Oh, that's a really nice jump. I didn't actually know that was possible. So, watch and learn. I think it's jump dodge. Yeah. Actually looks pretty good. And then just using the rocket booster to get back to your team. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So this is gonna make the power equal. So that was kind of messy on the AR side. It should have been like slightly more decisive there. Had Wolfie and Genko been on the same pitch as the rest of the team, they would have killed those two creatures easy and probably would have gotten out. Maybe lose one kill for it, but it's probably Gucci. MaD just doesn't really have to do anything except for protect C, protect E. Oh no, wait, actually, no, they do have to push for this because it's an adult creature. Like, fucking, this is the basics. Hello, Gaix, please wake up. As of course they have to push this in. This is an adult creature and they don't have an upgraded creature. Well, like, what the fuck? So yeah, they stalled this long enough. Who's stalling from the AR side? So Wolfie's here, Gengo's here, and Killboy's here. And there are two. So that's Imani, Taito. So I think you probably should have sent Margrave at least to do that. But yeah. It's Imani Taito, yeah. Because Imani Taito don't have any tools. Except if Taito takes the days on Fang, then he can do it, but Imani just doesn't have anything. Except if she goes all in, but it's not, I don't think she went for that. So they don't have any tools to interrupt that long enough. Like, had you sent Margrave, maybe you could have, because you obviously have the pickup advantage on the adult creature. So MaD just has to drop the ball for like a moment, and then the orb is picked up, right? It takes a lot of execution to do that correctly, to like keep stalling that orb, because you have to. You only have such a short amount of time. So had you sent Margrave, you might have been able to stall it for long enough. But oh well, that was a interesting game. Like, MaD kind of having a little of a rough clash, like losing one push to the auto wound. But that push was kind of just lost after one good team fight from AR. And then the split pushing from MaD that game was kind of iffy, as we talked about. Sometimes, like, I'm not really sure what they were doing with Taito sometimes. But let's get into the next game.